Well, the latest collaboration in Secret Lair is Monster Hunter, an excellent franchise. Let's go to Wizards of the Coast directly to see what they say about this new drop, coming December 1st, 2025. Wait a second. Hey everyone, I'm the Nerdy Attorney. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all those things to let the algorithm know that you like this channel and you want to see more. Also, if you want to support the channel and you want to buy singles, use my affiliate link below for Mana Pool in order to pick up some hot singles for either Thanksgiving or Christmas gifts. We'd really appreciate it. Now, right into the news story here. This is not a joke. Page not found, error 404. This entire Secret Lair super drop, I had to go to essential-japan.com in order to find the original super drop images because Wizards of the Coast said they're actually going to cancel this super drop and they're going back to the drawing board. The way they said it in an email, which I just received, says, "We care a lot about the worlds we get to celebrate, and Secret Lair and Monster Hunter didn't quite come together the way it should have. We hear you, so we're heading back to the drawing board to rework this super drop. More to come." Now, I saw the response to this when it came out. Really, I thought it was mostly malaise from the idea that we've had so many Secret Lair drops back to back to back. Avatar hasn't even sold out yet, and that was, in my opinion, a fairly low effort super drop. I didn't even pick it up myself. One, because of the fatigue, but two, I didn't need reprints of those cards. There was nothing particularly exciting. It's not like the Final Fantasy set where we had a Cyclonic Rift in a Secret Lair, or the beautiful Artist series that had the Demonic Tutor in it. There are so many Secret Lairs that make a value proposition for you to buy, or even the amazing Encyclopedia of Magic. Instead, we just have reskins of a bunch of dragons that were either just reprinted in Tarkir or that aren't even that desirable. I mean, this isn't even Beledros Witherbloom. This is Seraph, Realm Eater. It's a wolf, legendary creature. I mean, why is that a dragon? None of this really quite makes sense. We have a demon, an elemental dinosaur. You know, they're trying to build up this Monster Hunter super drop, but a lot of the pictures look very similar. Wings outstretched, moving into an attack formation. The soul ring here. Honestly, I like the color scheme here, but it's really the least egregious of the cards on offer for the super drop. But we do see that this is really kind of a lazy reskin super drop, and it makes sense. There are too many Secret Lairs coming out. Nothing I'm about to say in this video is a commentary on the hard work that a lot of the staff at Wizards put into making products the best they can be on truncated schedules, just like we saw with Spider-Man and other sets where expectations are changed midway, production schedules realigned, and good work gets cut off at the knees when they're trying to develop something under these constraints. What I find to be very interesting here, and what we should talk about as well, is was it really the consumer who was complaining about this? Was it really a low effort set that people didn't like? I mean, look, here's our example right here. These super drops, in my opinion, were pretty lazy. I mean, the art is pretty. We do actually have some unique art here. The silence is nice, Force of Vigor, Past in Flames, but again, still not sold out. I don't think that the quality of the Secret Lair drop from this is anything worse than the lowest common denominator we've seen from Wizards of the Coast. So why did this one get canceled? Well, if you go to the story itself from Wizards explaining why they made this decision by clicking Learn More inside the email, it brings you to this. Back to the drawing board with Secret Lair Monster Hunter just came out today. This is breaking news. And it says, let's cut to the chase. Very relatable, very frank. The Secret Lair Monster Hunter Superdrop was revealed last week and fell short of expectations. Whose expectations might be the question, but we can dive into that in a second. We heard loud and clear that you were disappointed, and we believe we can do better. So we're going to postpone this release and rework the super drop entirely. This was supposed to come out in December. These typically ship a day or a week after you purchase them. Does that mean there's an entire Secret Lair drop with all of these cards here that we're sourcing from essentialjapan.com that were actually printed, packaged, and given to ScaleFast to distribute in anticipation of this sale that is no longer going to come out? Are they all going to be destroyed? Is this the lost Secret Lair that exists within a storehouse somewhere? That's going to be the next thing we see in a landfill in those big pictures showing the decline of Magic with just dumps and dumps of product that was unsold? If that's true, think of their margins to be able to go back to the drawing board on a fully printed set. By the way, this was my favorite art in the whole thing. On my PSP, Monster Hunter World, what was it? It was Monster Hunter United. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, I think was the actual name. I built this out of the scales from, what are they, Velocidromes or whatever their names were. This was really cool. My first ever dual wielding build in a game. I really like Monster Hunter, so I'm glad to see this is getting more attention, maybe some unique mechanics. But when it comes down to it, how much money did they think they were going to lose to remove the page, to cancel the super drop, to do a press release saying we're sorry for the bad product that we just tried to make you buy. I tend to believe there is a bunch of waste in this and it's gonna cost a lot of money. And it reminds me of that scene in Fight Club where the narrator is explaining how recalls work, where the cost of the lawsuit and the deaths and harm that would come to people has to be less than that of the cost of the recall before they do it. So I'm wondering if they thought they were gonna lose so much money on this as a combination of people being tired of Secret Lairs, and this is a great way to push back that timetable, but then also, maybe, just maybe, it isn't the fans of Monster Hunter who they're caving to, it might just be Capcom. But let's keep reading. Like many of you, we're big fans of Monster Hunter. It's why we put the Super Drop together, but in our excitement, we missed the mark on elements like card selection and faithfully integrating the world and mechanics of Monster Hunter. I agree with that. They could have used more flavorful choices. I mean, we have none of the calicos, we have none of the those are the cat people. You could have really cool armor and equipment, and even the cards themselves, I think, lack the grandeur that some of these creatures deserve. They were a little bit muddled and a little bit confused in the art, as they fit almost too much into a small little frame here. As a result, the overall construction of the Super Drop is not up to the standard you have come to expect, which, by the way, I like to be positive. There's been a lot of really good Secret Lairs, and I'm very happy to praise those, but there's also been a lot of really lazy Secret Lairs, and I think most recently the Avatar one is probably the laziest I've seen in some time. Spider-Man had a few hit or miss things in them as well, so I can be positive while still giving valid criticism of a product when it comes out without saying I don't like Magic the Gathering. I just want to very frankly talk about what we're looking at here in light of Wizards holding themselves accountable. Pulling Super Drops back isn't something we're going to do very often, but we're committed to doing it better. Capcom is on board for us to take another swing at this Super Drop as well. I think that line is the most pivotal part of this press release. That Capcom might have seen the bad responses to this Secret Lair coming out, which really weren't even that bad. I didn't see a lot of anger or hate. I just saw a bunch of the same sort of malaise of too many Secret Lairs, too many reskins, not enough passion, not enough integration of the IP's mechanics. We've seen this time and time again, and none of the previous Secret Lairs were pulled. Spider-Man wasn't pulled, which of course has more pressure because it went in tandem with the release. We didn't see a pulling of Avatar, but again, same thing. That has the pressure of coming out in tandem with the release. So what other Secret Lairs could have been pulled back and were not? I'm thinking there was greater pressure from Capcom to make sure that their IP is not wasted on what will be essentially a forgotten and just bulk Secret Lair set. The article ends, so we're going to pull this one back and we'll share new details and an updated release date in a few months. Keep an eye out for more information in 2026. So they're going to have to redesign, reprint, rebuild, go back to the drawing board. This is a very expensive decision. And that means that the gears that grind in the background think this will be financially viable, but it also raises the stakes, right? If you're saying that this was not good enough here, just giving us a Grim Hireling, an Archaeomancer, just giving us a Champion of Lambholt. If all of this was not enough to satisfy what they believe Monster Hunter deserves, which by the way, I agree with them, what is going to be enough? They've now taken the mantle of going, we're gonna go back and do better. Well, now people are paying attention. People are looking for quality. They've just increased the pressure on them to deliver. Giving us a Nezahal Primal Tide, that's a good card that has raised in value. I think this kind of a reprint here is fine with me. One reprint set of needed things. Like again, there should have been a Bellageos Witherbloom in here. I think they should have put in some of the Hellkites, perhaps maybe a nice Hellkite Tyrant for a Rathalos. I mean, think of the first time you fought and killed a Rathalos in Monster Hunter if you've played. That's a giant accomplishment. Very intimidating, very scary. It should match with that. I'm not saying there should be an Ancient Copper Dragon, but could you imagine a Secret Lair with an Ancient Copper Dragon? Look at this guy. It's a perfect candidate. So I can see why people were upset with the card selection and the way these were designed. They can get away with maybe one of the drops being just reskins, but there should be some unique mechanics here. There should be some nice cards of value here, and they can't get away with just having some cool art on it and hoping that it passes. But again, my big thing is this does not seem to be that much below the standard of what we've been seeing from Secret Lairs in the past. The only thing I can think of is that Capcom was not happy with how this went, and they were the big pushing force behind this change. Well, either way, that covers the story. We have this historic new change in Wizards of the Coast's approach to fixing products after people have bad reviews of them. This reminds me of when Sonic looked really freaky in the live action movie and they went back to the drawing board and made him look better, and people actually were really appreciative of that. There's a chance here that this works out well for Magic and that this choice is actually going to be a good one, but only time will tell. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this decision? Is this them opening the floodgates to potential more complaints of saying, hey, pull this Secret Lair, it's not good enough, go back, try again? Or is this something that's more internal that they're trying to make it seem like is them responding to valid criticism from fans, and they're trying to take advantage of a crisis and spin this in a way that makes it look like they're caring, they're listening and responsive to the fans, as opposed to being strong-armed by the IP holder of their latest crossover for Secret Lair. Either way, I'm curious to hear your thoughts below. Thanks for stopping by, and hey, if you like this, check out some of my box openings. We have a great box battle right here for Avatar, and other great videos as well on the channel. As always, don't forget to play Paper Magic with your friends, be excellent to each other, and until next time, court is adjourned.